Good morning, you're listening to FloorDaily.net, and I'm Kemp Harr. I'm in Fulton Market with Jackie Dettmar in the Mohawk temporary space. Jackie, how you doing?
Hi, I'm doing great.
So you're Vice President of Marketing and Product Design. We've talked before about the fact that the Mohawk Group decided to leave the Mart and is in the Fulton Market, and you didn't have enough time to get your permanent space finished, so you're calling this temporary space the Hive, right?
Yeah, we're really excited. It's been a really interesting and fun season to be looking at NeoCon from a very different perspective. I'm outside of the Mart for the first time in 25 years in my career. And so again, it's a very different vibe. We decided we really wanted to, do something to keep that brand awareness alive, even though you're not going to be able to go to our showroom. So we have this amazing little space that we were able to get. It's a retail front space here at 817 West Fulton Market, and it's right next door to where our permanent showroom will be at 811 when we open in the fall. And so we were able to really switch out this little space to have a beautiful display of just a boutique selection of Mohawk Group products where we're going to invite people in for coffee, cocktails, and conversation.
This is a small space, but you're saying the front doors open up, so it's going to be kind of like a street party,
Yeah,
right?
just kind of like just a little open street area where you can come and join us again for a morning coffee or an afternoon cocktail. And we're talking about the culture of care in here, which is our design campaign for 2024. And we have this big wooden wall here where we're asking people to share your care and talk to us about the expansion of what we talk about when we talk about care. It's not just care for the traditional thought of care for your family or your friends or children. We're talking about, care for your community, care for the world, care for the planet, care for all the initiatives that are going on in our communities to make the world a better place. And so we're opening just to have that conversation and let people have a place to relax and join us to talk about the buzz.
So the Hive, the buzz, there's some bee thing going on here. Tell me more about that.
Yeah, so when we started looking at this whole culture of care, our design team dove deep into looking at all the initiatives that are going on in urban environments and in the world to bring back our pollinators. Almost 100% of the food that we consume is brought to us because we have pollinators out there making the fields profitable and making the food that we eat. So if our pollinators are not actively engaging in urban environments and everywhere in our world, we are sorely in a bad place as humankind as far as being able to have our food that we need to preserve our communities and our families. So anyway, bringing awareness to those pollinator corridors that are getting put back into urban spaces. Down here in Fulton Market, you'll walk by some spaces that you see that you look over and think, oh, wow, that looks like weeds. But what it is, it's rewilding. So it's going back to the natural plants in that environment and encouraging wildflowers, encouraging those pollinators to come back into spaces that they haven't been able to get to. So that's part of our conversation, and that led us to looking at bees. And of course, I know you've heard about, we have our beehives in our Glasgow, Virginia plant. So we have our Mo honey that's here to sample in our cocktails and in our coffee, and just really diving into understanding what people can do to help preserve this world and to care for our world and our environments.
So last year we had a mushroom theme, right?
Yes.
Now we're going to the bees.
Now we're going to the bees, exactly. And then also the wildflowers too. That was our big inspiration in our Bloom collection that was introduced at HD, which we have this beautiful rug on the floor that you're looking at here in the Hive. That is part of that collection that really celebrated wildflowers of North America and brought that imagery into our patterns. And then you can see back in the Pathmakers collection in the back of our space, we've got like that nice little broken up honeycomb collection or pattern motif, which is very beautiful and very subtle. And then we've got the Wild Horizons over there on the floor that kind of celebrates the colors of the wildflowers that our designers were out exploring in nature.
You've got some, what looks like wall to wall. We're standing on a rug, and then underneath the rug, you've got some hard surface.
Our new Hot and Heavy. This is our Hot and Heavy 2 debut. Okay. So this is a beautiful new maple pattern, and again, I love it. It's got that warm and cool combination. And it's our loose lay, hot and heavy, 5mm thickness, a really wonderful background. And that update's going to be coming out this fall with a whole new selection of colors and patterns to really revive that hot and heavy collection, which has been such an important leader in the LVT world.
Now, I remember Hot and Heavy. When it came out, I mean, Dave Thorson, I believe, was here.
Yep.
And you were sourcing this from Korea, and it took off. I mean, it really was very successful.
It was really the first 5 millimeter thickness loose lay in the market, and it really drove that category. And it is just, till to this day, still such a great go everywhere product. It's thick enough that it hides any telegraphing on the floor. You can put it in right next to our carpet tile because it's the same thickness without any kind of transition strips. So we still love that. And again, it's just a great workhorse product that can go anywhere. And yeah, performance driven and gives you a great background.
It's a wood look and it's blonde, light, very, very pretty. So what are you doing in the area of PVC free this year?
So we are working on a new product there on several different levels. We are looking at what it's going to take to solve that piece of the puzzle for our manufacturing, and then also looking at sourcing and bringing in PVC-free solutions later this year as well. So again, it's still a need in the marketplace, and nobody's really tapped it and done it right yet. And so we're really excited to keep working on that because again, we'll believing in better. We're always looking at how do we get to that solution that is going to be the right chemistry for the future and the performance for the future as well.
So tell my listeners what your schedule is for opening this showroom, because this will be your location in Chicago, and it'll be open year-round for designers to come and actually work with Mohawk Group.
Right. So our Fulton Market space is at 811 West Fulton, and it's on the second floor in the same building that Knoll is in right now. And so we are in the midst of, if you were walking up there right now, it's just completely gutted, in the midst of building out that space to be open this fall.
In the fall.
Yep. And again, we're looking forward to amazing grand opening launch at next year's NeoCon, and a lot of excitement about activating that showroom year-round here in Fulton Market.
Well, this is Sunday, so we can't talk about whether or not you won any HIP awards or anything like that. We'll have to wait and catch up on that later. I do want to mention that we did a Focus on Leadership interview with Mike Gallman in our June issue, and we'll make sure everybody sees that. It's great to catch up with you. Hope you have a good show. Again, been talking to Jackie Dettmar, the Vice President of Marketing and Product Development for the Mohawk Group, and you've been listening to Kemp Harr and FloorDaily.net.